On the spot news media, we got the latest news. We don't care about the views, we just representing right. Put local news internationally every night. On the spot, wave that Jamaican flag from left to right. Let's get it right, y'all know the type. We ain't dealing with the hype, we make it take flight.
Yeah, man, my viewers and subscribers, what go on. A blessed and wonderful Monday morning to each and every person out there tuning into On The Spot News Media. Now, my peeps, I don't know how we do it over on this side each and every morning. We have to give thanks and praise to the Most High Creator for the preservation of life, because life is indeed the greatest. So in the morning, my peeps, I have a few stories to share with you, the regular members of Chan Public and also members of the diaspora. So please like the video, share the video, watch the entire vlog so you can get a full understanding and a better appreciation of everything we are going in Jamaica. So watch this now, my peeps, in the morning, yeah. We're going to kick it off with an international story. Limited information, but we're going to still put it out there nonetheless. Now it is alleged that 2 Bahamians end up losing them 3 pints in Haiti. So the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Bahamas has announced that it has received unconfirmed information via the Bahamian embassy in Port-au-Prince in Haiti that 2 Bahamian nationals end up losing them 3 pints in Haiti, violently so. So according to initial reports, 3 Bahamian men and 1 Jamaican man were traveling on a speedboat when they came under gunfire from armed criminal elements. The attack reportedly resulted in the loss of life of the 2 Bahamian men, while another was hospitalized, said to be the Jamaican. It is stated that another individual remains unaccounted for. So the ministry says that it's awaiting confirmation from the Haitian National Police as investigations continues. Now we too await to see if we can figure out which Jamaican man that. But from I say, Jamaicans travel to Haiti knowing fully well what is happening over there. Chances are they were up to no good. Boy, I tell you, my peeps, the thing rough, but anyway, back to local style. Now the first thing that we're going to talk about, my peeps, is coming out of the troubled, war-torn, crime-riddled Kingston Eastern Police Division, where it is stated that a man was fatally taken out by the police after taking the life of his own cousin. Boy, I tell you, it's rough. Now a man end up knife up him cousin down in a Raytown there, so in the Kingston Eastern Police Division yesterday afternoon. And as I stated earlier, he was fatally taken out by cops after he attempted to attack them. Now, residents stated that the man in question has since been identified as Rashad Watson, but them call him Rashad, said to be 34 years old, unemployed. Him come from around a Paradise Street there, so in a Raytown. So what go on now, my peeps, is that yesterday, Sunday, sometime around 4:15 p.m., this female, presently on your screen, identified as 43 years old, Neisha Williams, come from Paradise Street to same way. In fact, them live in the same yard. It is said that she was brutally knifed up by Rashad Watson, aka Rashad. So information received by On The Spot News Media is that both cousins were having a verbal turn, physical altercation, during which it is said that the male, that Rashad, used a knife to knife up the female, Neisha Williams. It is said that she was, however, assisted to the KPH hospital, where she succumbed to injuries whilst undergoing treatment. Now, Watson put on the knife. In fact, not necessarily put it down, but him put it away in a waistband and pick up a machete and decide, say, anybody come near, I go get it. Yeah, man. So the people them get fearful and say, look like the man had a chip round a one part and call in the police. The police came, try talk to him. Several attempts was made by the police for get the weapon from him and subdue him. And him decide, say, if a war no want, make it start. So the police them call in some other police will have certain type of equipment we are talk about like the big shield them and the big helmet and them thing there. For move in pan him. So them police there move in pan him, come in a place and run down pan him, but for some reason him raise him hand with a machete for start put it on pan the police them with the shield. So of course the police them in fear of them life, them no want get chopped. Cause you don't know, say, machete chop and a one normal sitting. So a police fire off a one can and tack him up. And the rest is history. He never survived the one tack where him get. Now it is stated that he was assisted to the Kingston Public Hospital where he was pronounced, you know what, upon arrival. Now him and him cousin lay down side by side. Me no know how all of that even makes sense. Cause the two of them now gone a shut eye country land. And that entire family has been plunged into mourning. Sometimes we have to learn how to talk out things instead of chalk out things. It don't make sense because the end result of it definitely not pretty for nobody. Boy, me I tell you my peeps. The thing rough. So now, me I go play a video where me say I make some rounds on social media which I think is relevant for this program here. So for those who have the children in the living room whilst you are tuning in, or you have the child beside you or watch on a tablet or whatever instrument you use, now is the time for you to plug in headphones where applicable, or send the child from the room where applicable. And watch and listen to this. And if you know anybody at all who are trying to pick up badness with a boy or a girl, please share this with them and make them know say badness nah where. And then of course we're gonna get into the next set of stories. Now listen.
But kiss me mama bumbleclad. Me think a badness did a wear in a Jamaica. Me say yo that one day I'm gonna look for my friend a jail. My brethren and me meet buying jelly at the roadside. When I go there, man, I get no visit from no family. Then my bumbleclad, me not even know anything where I give people them have to taste in terms of cook food. So if it's a party, you have to buy it. And you have to throw all like crackers them in a plastic. Even man them water, even in liquid soap. And everybody out here behave like badness aware. Me bumbleclad, yo, me say if you have one son and he go on like him a bad man, you need to carry him go visit the jail cell them. Cause right now me think the jail wicked and prison. Then you really have to carry tissue for him and them, basic tissue. Me think the prison would have provide that. Then, yo, God. Then our owner behave like badness aware. Yo, you need a reality check. You need to put on this bumbleclad badness and hang it up like I want certificate here. Yeah, man, and look on the wall and make it serve its purpose. Because I don't know what they go on here. Yeah, me say me swear a badness did that wear until me go down there.
And at the same thing catch whole heap of youths them, you know. Them swear say a badness aware until them go down there. Yeah, man. Now the next thing that we're going to talk about, you know, my peeps, is coming out of the troubled, war-torn, crime-riddled St. Catherine North Police Division, where that division was rocked with yet again another fatal knockings and clappings. Now a man end up losing 3 points along Spanish Town bypass in the St. Catherine North Police Division on Saturday night. The man is yet to be identified by the police. Now the incident occurred in the vicinity of the examination depot It's reported that sometime around 11 o'clock, gunshots rang out in that area. It is said that the police were called in. A man was subsequently found suffering from what appears to be some whole heap of carnal wounds. He was taken to the Spanish Town General Public Hospital where he was officially pronounced. You know what? The Spanish Town Police is presently investigating. Boy, may I tell you, the knockings and clappings continues. Now, as it relates to violence in the St. Catherine North Police Division, we have some crime stats for you in our morning. 30 people end up losing them 3 points since the start of the year in the St. Catherine North Police Division. Knockings and clappings incidents is 29. Injuries from knockings and clappings incidents is 21. Security forces injured is 3. Security forces will end up losing them 3 points. 0. Now, it is stated that security forces in the St. Catherine North Police Division fling away 14 so far. So 14 end up losing them 3 points by the hands of the security forces. And still in the St. Catherine North Police Division, them have a person of interest list. Brand new list. In fact, some of these names on this list are the first we are hear about them criminal elements here. So we have a whole heap of deep digging to do for root them out of any nook and cranny where them come from. Yeah, man. Now, first on this list is a criminal element known as Chris. Him come from Shelter Rock and Backlands. Now, Shelter Rock would have been the part right across from Greendale bus stop right there so. On the front. But Backlands would have been on the bypass. When you pass Josemate School and make the first left there and come up. Round the panda part they were attached on the front part I would have round there so them call Backlands. Now, the next criminal element known as Sanjay Smith. Short man, brother, come from Shelter Rock. He's wanted by the police. A next criminal element known as Prince Flemings, otherwise known as Avalanche. Him come from Jones Avenue, right which pa Blackman Control. The next criminal element identified as Malachi McLean, but them call him Cripple. Him come from round a Lakespen. He's wanted by the police. You have a next criminal element known as Draco, come from Lakespen and Lime Tree. You know, say Lakespen are the whole community. Lime Tree are one of them community there in Lakespen. You have a next criminal element known as Zoom, just him alias alone again. Him come from round a Backlands. And a next criminal element known as Bikey come from Shelter Rock and Impara Backlands more time. You have a next criminal element known as Denzel Hayes, but them call him Tough Man in our streets. A next criminal element identified as Fabian Wright, but them call him Ronnie in our streets. And last on that list, but most definitely not the least, a criminal element identified as Shaquille Batik. Now the whole of them boy is definitely wanted for questioning by the Spanish Town Police. So anybody know the whereabouts of either one of these criminal elements, please alert the nearest police station. And as always, if you don't trust the police, link on the Spot News Media or any like-minded vlogger. Give us the information and we will most definitely pass it on to the relevant authorities who can make effective change. Yeah, man. Now, the next thing that we're going to talk about, my peeps, is coming out of the St. James Police Division, where one criminal element has been taken off the streets by the police and a firearm seized from him. Now, he was charged with possession of a prohibited weapon and unauthorized possession of ammunition. The charges have been laid against a 26-year-old criminal element said to be a Tyler by profession, identified as Akeem Brown, but them call him Pal in high streets, said to be of a Walter Drive address in Hendon, Norwood in the parish. Now, what was seized from him is a 9mm pistol. Yeah, man. So the police, them take that off of him in a one section of Norwood known as Irie Drive. So the man definitely was not being Irie at all, an Irie Drive. But right there and then, another decent spot of work again by the squaddy them. Yeah, man. Now the next thing that we are going to talk about, my peeps, is coming out of the Westmorel Police Division where a man end up losing 3 pints in a Negril, Westmorel. Yeah, man. Now the man in question has since been identified as Kemar Evans Williams, but them call him Emperor in our streets, said to be a mason who come from round a Negril Road in Negril. Now reports reaching on the Spot News Media would suggest that sometime around 11 o'clock, Kemar Williams went to a shop in the informal community when he was pounced upon and brutally taken out in a hail of bullets by armed criminal elements. He was assisted to the Savannah Lamar General Public Hospital where he was pronounced you know what. No motive has yet been established for his fatal knockings and clappings, but the Negril Criminal Investigation Branch is probing that particular matter. Now the last thing that we're going to talk about, my peeps, is an update. An update surrounding the fatal knockings and clappings of this criminal element here, presently on your screen identified as O'Shane Davidson, who was wanted by the Constant Spring Police, the St. Andrew North Police Division. He was cornered and taken out by the police in Bridgeport, St. Catherine on July 5th, 2025. Now his mother come out a ball and I go on with a bag of things on social media. And this is what will definitely happen to a lot of mothers who don't bend the tree from it young as how we would attack in a Jamaica. Because many of them, them know say them son in a wrongdoings and are going with a bag of things. Some are not in support, I must say. Some just leave the son alone and a business, whilst some is in support. But many like this mother is in denial that them son is a criminal element. So because they may be of a certain type of personality, not understand that society influence us differently, lives in denial that them son is a old dirty kind of boy. Now this criminal element present on your screen was a thorn in the skin of persons living in and around the King Wesson district in Lawrence Tavern, St. Andrew. Now a whole heap of mothers in make cry. Now a theme mother time now for cry. I just saw the thing set as with the criminal elements them would say a badness it name. So we're going to hear from his mother as she shed tears, pointing fingers at the security forces, stating that her son never deserved to get them fatal bullet the way him getting him skin and spread him out like a sheet, leaving him lifeless, no longer among the land of the living. So other mothers out there, take heed, because if you don't, this too will be you. Now listen.
Spanish Town, that is a gunman that everybody know that is wanted by the police by the name of T-Man, saw my son while he was driving with his girlfriend, and he said he stopped the car and he used some explicit to him and said, hey, that. And when you go give the man them money. And my son said he started talking to him and said, I've talking to such man, and told them that they would have gotten their money such time. The youth grab away my son's phone and said, may I take that phone here for the money? My son started looking on him to see if he had his gun. And when he realized he didn't have his gun, even the guy, girlfriend, was saying, leave the youth, no man, leave the youth, no man. My son grabbed away back his phone. And when he grabbed away back his phone, the one that is the notorious gunman said to my son, P-U-S-S-Y, may I come back come kill you. My son thought that it was a joke and he drove off on a speed with his girlfriend. By the time he looked, he saw T-Man with Trey that died last year, June 30th, from Franceville, coming on a bike. Trey was the rider and T-Man was the shooter. My son went and borrowed his friend's gun. And they got in a shootout, and my son, apparently, the rider got the shot and he died. When I heard the story, I said to my son, as a woman of God, I said, Voshi, this is self-defense. Let us get a lawyer and take you in. I said, I've seen cases like this where persons had to defend themselves because persons came to kill them and they have gotten off the case. Him said, no, man, me nah go in because me can't take the jail, me can't take the prison thing. And he had this thing from young, he was afraid of police. Not to say that my son was innocent, he wasn't innocent because, you know, boy child. But the things that are going around on social media, that my son and the bloggers are running with it, that my son is a gunman and he have wanted for so much murder in King West, and it's a lie. He was only wanted for that one murder that those guys Trey and T-Man came to kill him. And when Trey died, they did reprisal back on the community. They went and raped his grandmother. Best friend thought it, that lady was 84, thought that lady was related to my son relative. They didn't finish there. They went again with T-Man and a group of men from Franceville, and they went and started firing in the community. When they started firing in the community, a guy got shot and a girl got shot. A guy was, you know, cliquing with them from King Weston and Franceville. And when they saw that the guy got shot, the girl got shot and she never died, that same guy went over her and emptied the clip. All those murders that were done by the people at Franceville. What happened Saturday night? I warned my son, I said, even Apostle Clive Ferguson said to me, woman of God, let me take in your son, I will take in him. Because this was a self-defense. Saturday night, nobody knew, and I talked to him. I got dream, I said, Voshi. I said, Oshani, you need to turn in yourself if you're gonna stay in Jamaica, because as far as I seen what is going on, the police has gotten a hit on your head. This is a contract killing that they are out for. Just little and behold, The police put out that my son had a confrontation with them on Saturday night. Those police from Consent Spring, Detective Davis. And I'm not going to stop because it was Honorable Andrew Olness who put it out there just to kill. And they went up by King Western yesterday by his father's house, and his father wasn't there, but he saw his cousin. And they recorded my son when they were murdering him. And he was crying and he said, the police said to them, yes, your cousin can't kill bad man and live. It's an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. He said, you want to hear your cousin when he might get the shot like cry like a baby. And he began to play the recording. And he said he hear my son saying, wanna bring me in, me don't have no gun on me. Wanna bring me in, me don't have no gun on me. And he said to him, this is how me gonna make you cry for your life just as how your son cry. And they put out there that there was a confrontation, that my son confronted them with gun. If I send you the picture, because I'm gonna upload this, when you look on the ground, the entire ground in the room was shoot up. When they went over the hospital to identify my son, he got more than 12 shots. You want to tell me that if somebody crying out and said, I don't have any gun, I don't do this, and you're going to record them murdering him? You're going to record him crying, then you're going to play it. Detective Davis from Constant Spring with your crew. You're going to play it. But one thing that I know, I stand up for righteousness. And I stand up for holiness. Because if my son has listened to me, he would have been alive today. But I want to tell somebody that is out there, you're sitting on the sideline, and you don't know what is happening. You need to ask, and I'm calling up the prayer warriors. I'm calling up the intercessors. I said this is a cruel thing. There is a demon of death that is out there for our children. If my son has listened to me, he would have been here. How can you be murdering my son and record it, then play it for his cousin to hear? And then you put out in the media cleaner and saying there was a confrontation, and you pin all the murders that was done by the other group in France. Oh, glory to God, you put it on my son. And there are some leaders and some Christians, they are just chastising. But let me tell you, you will not know what it feels like until it reaches to your door. It's not only a child that is doing bad, it will reach but innocent child. Because there is a warrant out for the children. The Bible says, young men, I call upon you because you're strong. And before they torture my son, one thing I ask God, I pray that before they killed him, he had repented because he had given his life to Christ before. I pray that before they had tortured him and bring it out in the news and the Gleaner, oh glory to God, that he is a gunman and most notorious one, and the Gleaner and all these things, and there was a confrontation. How can a policeman, Detective Davis from Constant Spring with your group, One thing I know, God said, vengeance belongeth unto me, I will repay. Yes, my son was not innocent. He wasn't innocent, but he wasn't a gunman. What frightened them when they came to kill him is because he retaliated back. They underestimated him. In this season, many are going to underestimate you. Rikabakunda Bashaya. But God is giving you a weapon, Rabakushamandiosaya, Rekoshamakataya, to pull down the powers of darkness. Yesterday when I looked on the internet, there were more than 500 or how much bombs they found in St. Thomas. Oh, intercessors, leaders, many of you are so self-righteous and you're so self-judgmental and you're trying to judge without asking God and discerning what is going on. What is going on? The thing that I'm asking, why can a police killing a man and recording it? Why? Then you're gonna play it back to his cousin and saying, this is how you're gonna cry for your life like your cousin. You said here on the voicemail, on the voice note, bring me in, me not have no gun on me, bring me in. And he said, your cousin cry like a baby under the bed.
Well, that my peeps. But anyway, remember to like, share, subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned to On The Spot News Media as I continue to bring you fresh news and updates in subsequent newscast. On The Spot News Media. Yeah, man.